I'm Summer. I'm the owner of Sleigh Consulting, a digital marketing company that specializes in SEO. And today we're going to talk about Yoast SEO. It's a plugin that is very popular. A lot of people use it. It's a WordPress plugin that is a tool to help you with optimizing your SEO. Now, I always like to explain to people that it's only a tool. So it's not actually doing the optimization for you necessarily. It's showing how well your website is optimized. It does help you submit your meta description and your SEO title, but it's not necessarily going to rank you for anything. That's on you to figure out how to do that. So I also like to explain to my clients that it has its limitations and you have to understand how to use it correctly, or you could easily use it incorrectly. So I'm showing you an example of a blog that I put up recently about Google extending its meta description length. And if you look through here, you can see that Yoast is rating this as green. So it's telling me, yes, everything looks good. The keyword you've chosen is appropriate for this content. We'll look at this a little bit more so I can explain. It's telling me that, I'm using the word Google in the SEO title. I'm using it at the beginning. I'm using the word Google in my slug. I've got Google in my meta description. And so it's telling me, yes, this is a great word to use for this content. But is it really? The problem we face here is that Google is a very broad term. And the chances of you actually ranking for that word are in even within the first 100 pages are very, very low because there's too many things that are going to be more relevant to that term. And it's just way too broad. You want to find keywords that actually are high traffic, but also low competition for you to be able to have the chance to rank for them. So this is a horrible word, actually. So Google is not a good word, even though Yoast is telling me it is. But this is something that most people using it aren't going to understand well unless they have some SEO knowledge. So here's what I can do. I can change this to meta description length. Now, that actually is a much better keyword. It's not ranking green right now, but there's a few things I just need to change in order to make that happen. One of them is I need to add an image. And I did that in another, this is actually just a test description here, but I did that in another, the actual post. You'll see that it actually does have an image. So when I do that, that helps. I did not move it to the beginning. And I've used it once before because this is only test one. But actually, once I add that image in, it's going to change this. So this would actually be green. And so then meta description length is a great word. I've done the keyword research to figure out that that has lower competition, but it still has high traffic. And especially with the recent change, this is going to be something that is, people might be searching on. And you have to consider when you're doing Yoast that sometimes you're not going to get a green depending on the types of things that you're including. For example, you may not be able to include an image, and Yoast is going to tell you that's not good. But that's not necessarily true that you're not going to be rated on Google just because you don't have an image. Or it's going to tell you need to have longer content, but some pages aren't appropriate to have longer content, for example. If you have different fields within here besides this one, sometimes people use what's called a custom field. And so they might have a theme or something where they have content that's not showing up in this box, and then Google or Yoast again will not recognize something that's outside of this box, and so they will rank this lower. So there's definitely things that Yoast doesn't always see. So you have to keep in mind those types of things before thinking that everything has to be green. But this one right here is a good one. Meta description length is perfect. In fact, I'll just show you the actual one and you can see what that looks like. So we're just going to click off of that one. And we're going to click here, and we're going to see that it actually is green on here. And that's because I've done everything it wants me to, pretty much. And this is a great great keyword to use to rank for. So then I'll show you what's happened since then. I've used this keyword in other places. I've actually created, this is a YouTube video. So you can see I am actually showing up second. My video showing up second in videos on Google for the keyword Google meta description length, which is not the one I used, but Google is actually smart enough to see that I have Google within my content, and so they will often pick up and rank you for words that you may not even have included in, say, Yoast, for example. Again, that goes back to the purpose of Yoast. It's not that you're choosing the keywords that you are going to rank for or want to rank for, it's that you're trying to test out how well those words rank. So Google is still going to rank me for keywords that I've not chosen. So then you can see too that for the keyword meta description length, the video is actually ranking third for there. So that's great. I mean, clearly that's a good description for this video. Clearly that's a good keyword for this video. And it's given me some ranking capability, and those were posted not even that long ago, and within a day I was ranking within those spots, and that will probably continue to go up and change. And then here's what would happen if you put Google into a search engine, and you're not going to see it anywhere. You go to the second, third, fourth page, fifth page. I mean, I could keep clicking and clicking, but I bet even if I went to, the 100th page of results or whatever, you're not going to see that video pop up. It's not relevant for that term. It doesn't make sense because it's so broad, and it's less likely that someone's actually trying to find that anyways. So that's what I want to be clear about today, is just explaining that there are incorrect ways that you can use Yoast, and you have to be careful about how much power you give it, and understand that it's just a tool. As the owner of a consulting company that specializes in SEO, our team definitely can help with training you on Yoast. It can help you with optimizing your web pages. We can do pretty much anything you need to help you in learning how to optimize your website and do your best to increase your rankings.